Hey, it's AverageJohn here, and I have read 10 comics this week. Now, they're all great comics, at least to me they are. And I'm just going to talk about them. I got a lot of comics from DC to DC, not from DC to DC to Marvel and Image and all that stuff. So, without further ado, I'm just going to go into the stories. And I know the lighting here, excuse me, still whatever. It's not all natural lighting, it's just my one lamp there. And I should get some more lighting in here, at least for this. I should. But that's another topic. But yeah, I got 10 comics. I want to at least review the story and stuff. So if you haven't read any of these 10, which is Batman and Bigby, number 1, Capable, Harry's Day, Spider-Woman, number 1, Suicide Squad, King Shark, number 1, New 52 of Future's End, number 28, Napoleon Dynamite, number 1, and just Superman, number 558, Battlepug, number 1, Teen Titans, the Terminus Agenda, Epilogue, number 30, and Miles Morales, the End, number 1. If you haven't read any of those, then I'd suggest you pause the video, pause it, like this video, go to my channel, check out my other videos, subscribe to this channel, and when you're done reading the stuff, comment what your favorite is, and then watch the rest of this video. It's that simple, it's that easy. But I said, if you want to avoid spoilers and read these stories yourself, I suggest you do that. Alright, continue. Now I'm going to talk about these stories. Yeah. This is my cell phone right here. This is where I keep all my notes. This is where I do it. So, without further ado, let's get into the stories. Alright. So like I said, this is Batman vs. Bigby, number 1. This is made by DC Black Label. And of course I'm going to follow up on this, I love this book. I love this story. So that's chapter 1, number 1, chapter 1. Which is Bat, Wolf, Worm. Yeah, it's like, there's 3 days before an incident, Robin, he runs into a man without loyalty. I'm getting too ahead of myself. So, 3 days before incident, Robin runs into a man. He's questioned about this mysterious wolf, right? And the guy says, a man without loyalties has no code. Saying that, maybe the man who's doing all this is working alone. Yeah. And there's just a whole bunch of security set up because of him. Like, how could he possibly slip through everything? And yet, he does. And Bigby eventually does get caught. He does get caught, and he's just like, oh, I thought that nobody could ever find me, but of course it's Batman and it's Robin. So of course they find him. Instead of killing him, because Batman doesn't kill anyone, he knocks him out with knockout gas. And Bigby wakes up. He's in like a museum thing with like a dinosaur. But that's the end of chapter 1. Next, we have Keepable Harry's Day by Jonathan Hedrick and Co. I like that one. That's kind of like a short story that details what Harry did before spoiler, he died. There's a little side story of Keepable #1, where him and his best friend Derek first get powers from a mysterious earthquake that happens in Florida. They mysteriously get powers, they're physically unable at first, but then they become capable. Him and Derek are super speedsters, but unfortunately, first day of his powers, Harry runs the burning building, saves everyone in that burning building, but the building unfortunately collapses with him in it, and he does not escape. But he is considered a hero. No one's angry at him or anything. So it's a short story, but it's a sweet story. I love it. Alright, next we have Spider-Woman #1. This is volume 7. That's by Marvel. And there we go. Now, she's Jessica Drew. She was an adventurer, she's a spy, she's a detective, now she's a mother. And now she's pretty much protecting or babysitting this girl named Rebecca at her super sweet 16th birthday. Girl can't use her legs. She celebrating on a yacht. Yeah. Like, she gets a little upset, Rebecca gets a little upset that her father bought her a convertible. It's a nice convertible, but it's not handicap accessible. There's also this kid dressed up as Deadpool that's obnoxious. See, unlike Deadpool, he's not funny. And he criticizes Spider-Woman for being a woman and stuff, and she's all just like, "What year do you think this is?" and throws him off the boat. And she throws a helicopter, and it's all this like, "Fuck your helicopter." She throws it, and it goes boom. It's exciting. Yeah, it shows her a little 2 weeks earlier working in the strike force with Blade, Angel, Spectrum, Winter Soldier, Wiccan, Hellstrom, Wiccan and Hellstrom. They're all fighting against Doombots, so maybe the mysterious mercenaries that showed up on the yacht, they work for Doom. Well, who knows? It's all a mystery right now. That was Spider-Woman #1. Now, next, we have Suicide Squad King Shark. That was cool. That was a free gift by Forbidden Comics. They're a comic thing based in New York. I think that's where I've been ordering some of these comics, where I will continue to order. And most everyone says like order local and stuff, because I live in Virginia, but I'm disabled and stuff, and I don't drive. And most of the places in my vicinity, they don't deliver or anything. If they did, I'll look into that, but unfortunately not. So instead of just saying support local, just support where you can. That's alright, that's my soapbox. Alright. So you have Suicide Squad. King of Sharks. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't know why I'm saying sorry. Yeah, Suicide Squad, King of Shark. So, yeah, got Nightwing. It starts off with Nightwing kind of dying, but not kind of dying. Just in a bad position. He used to go out with this girl named Defacer. Back in Bloodhaven, she was caught defacing his statue. So now she's in Bellevue Penitentiary. Of course, Amanda Waller is there. That's the one that Amanda Waller runs. And the fencer apparently just has a button or something, just pisses off anyone she really meets. So she goes out to lunch, goes to the ladies' room, and then she gets attacked there. King of Shark attacks him and eats him. Attacks Hot Take and eats him. And there's a special mission that gets offered to the Defacer because King Shark shows some loyalty to her. That is to escort him to Atlantis. He's not really like Atlantis, but around Atlantis where his father is. And his father is a very powerful Shark Lord. So he needs protection there. And he's not going to trust anyone. So maybe this Defacer who he's protected can go with her and not be eaten or anything. So they go and they meet the Shark Lord, his dad. And he shows them his new project now. His new mysterious woman who's with him, Dr. Grace Batlin. Or how she is now known as, because she is in a lab experiment gone wrong or whatever. But she is now Orca the Whale Woman. And then we get a short preview on Suicide Squad get Joker. Where Jason Todd, who is the Red Hood now, is now in the penitentiary. He is transferred to Amanda Waller, one simple task force acts. And she gives him the mission: kill the man that killed you. He initially declines, then he joins. What else happens? I don't know. It's a preview. Hey. Now we're done with that. Alright. Now we have Future's End. The New 52. Future's End. I should have really had this more prepared. But it's okay. That's what we got. Future's End. Number 28, Volume 1. In 2015. It starts in Cronus Island. It starts 5 years in the future. Starts with this mysterious girl that was led to this island by Oliver Queen. And she discovers Cadmus Pharmaceutical Company on this mysterious island that hasn't been here before, that just popped up. And they're all here because of the Brother Eye program. And Brother Eye satellite, pretty much. And it all started a war. Now, the Brother Eye project, the project that Batman started, so he could spy on his Justice League friends, have a contingency plan against them just in case any of them went awry or went or mind controlled or something. And it gets stolen by one of the villains. I think Ra's al Ghul, but I'm not too sure. But it's bad to have in the wrong hands. Well, it gets stolen and there's a war because of it. Now, this dude named Firestorm is two dudes actually. Two dudes fused into one. Not sure what it is in this universe, but it's two dudes fused into one. And it has incredible fire skills. Incredible and somewhat uncontrollable. So that's what happens is when Firestorm first comes, his powers are uncontrollable. He accidentally kills Dr. Yamazaki's wife. And it turns out Dr. Yamazaki went crazy because of that, because he's killed a lot of heroes. He's also doing teleportation tests with this girl named Miss Payne. And he doesn't care if she lives or dies. So it's just like we either live or we die. We fly or we die. And more stuff happens with him later. Now we're done with that. Now we go on to Napoleon Dynamite #1. So basically, first off, they can't find the ballot box between Pedro Sanchez and Summer Wheatley that voting that just went on. So they gotta find that. Pedro, Napoleon, and Deb Bradshaw. So they gotta find that. And then, of course, you meet up with Tina, who is Napoleon's mama. You don't run into Kit, who has moved away. But you do run into his grandma, you do run into Uncle Rico. And you do run into these podcasters who are looking for a lot of supernatural stuff. They don't believe that their senator or whatever drove his bike into a gulch. And that's what happened. He got killed because he drove his bike into a gulch without a helmet. But they don't believe that it was an accident at all. So they're renting a kid's old room. Now they do eventually find the ballot box. And everyone counts the votes, and the votes are clear. The votes are clear. There wasn't a miscount. but there was like 287 votes. And there's only 285 people. So that makes Pedro a suspect for election fraud. So what do? Well, they're going to set him up for impeachment. Which is not fair, but whatever, because not fair because 2 of those votes were for like Mickey Mouse or whatever, so those 2 votes shouldn't be counted, but they're going to count. And Pedro's going to be impeached. And the podcasters, the paranormal podcasters, they start to suspect Uncle Rico for doing things. Uncle Rico is still living out in his camper right outside the house. They start blaming him. And that's the end of that. Alright. It's all good. But next, we have The Adventures of Superman, number 558. Volume 1 was made in 1998 by DC. So yeah, Superman, the son of Krypton, right? And today is the day of Varnock 15-3 on the calendar, on the Kryptonian calendar. It's a feast of Talor. No, it doesn't celebrate that. We got Jimmy Olsen, who's late. Oh, who is always late, pretty much. But beyond that, after that you have Superman hanging out by the Atlantic Ocean, and battleship just shoots at him. But instead of like pulverizing the battleship, he hits the bullet, the thing, he hits it, and he starts playing baseball with it. And with first base being Machu Picchu, Mount Everest being second base, Eiffel Tower being third base, and Metropolis being home. So he goes by Machu Picchu. No, nothing there, except Supergirl. Goes to Mount Everest. And the second baseman is Steel. Eiffel Tower is the Superboy. Home, you have Lois Lane and Superman Robot number 1. And they're doing this because they want to put the ball that was shot at Superman, they want to put it up for charity. Now, Jimmy Olsen, he accidentally, last issue I think, drank an alien isotope. Now he is hurting and he's glowing. He accidentally turns into an alien or whatever. Yeah. And he's done this before. He's turned into an alien before, and his old dames were really lame. Like Turtle Boy and Elongated Olsen. It's just really lame. But he has cool new powers, like he can turn the ball into gold. Now, Superman turns into Clark Kent. Clark Kent sees this, and all of a sudden he's just like, oh, I have a dental appointment. So then he goes out. And of course he becomes Superman again. And now The action of the big event was the opening of Krypton Park. It's an ode to Superman. It's got Flaming Falls, it's got Striped River, it's got Scarlet Jungle, it's got Sex in the Glass Forest. It's awesome. And it's Lucy Lane too, and Mayor Sackett. All sponsored by Project Cadmus, the pharmaceutical company. No, but the Flaming Falls have collapsed. No, they could have flooded the park. Turns out it was due to a bomb. A bomb made by Lex Luthor, who was in an abandoned factory. Superman stops the flooding with his ice breath. And then he melts. And then he goes to the abandoned factory where Lex Luthor is. Lex Luthor threatens him with a pistol. He should know better. But he doesn't, and he does that. Superman melts the pistol with his heat vision. And turns out, Superman flies back to the Daily Planet. It turns out that the alien that they thought Jimmy Olsen was not. It was just an alien that traded places with Jimmy Olsen for the day. It turns out it was a child alien too, so it's really no threat to anyone. And he left them the drawing that was the cover of the book. So, I almost dropped it. So, but that was fun. I was based on the cartoon series, obviously. I was on WB50. I love stories like that where it's short to the point and doesn't really connect with anything, but it connects, like it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's short, you can enjoy it, and nothing connects with the overarching themes. But next, we have Battlepug. I love this one. Battlepug. Battlepug #1 made in 2019 by Image Comics. I didn't realize that at first, but first there is a book before this, Battlepug, the Pugninium, I think it's called. I didn't realize that. I have to get that. But this is definitely a good book, and it's a book where even if you didn't realize there was a book before, as far as I know, you didn't really have to get into it or read it. Anyway, you can read this book just fine. I just like to read. I would just like to read the Pugninium. I think that's what it's called. And yeah, like always, I apologize if I say anything wrong or anything. That's how it goes. Alright. So this comic starts with the last Commandium. He wanted revenge on the Beast Wizard Catwall. It's a kind of revamp of the last story. He wanted revenge on the Beast Wizard Catwall. And he wanted to avenge everyone because Catwall slaughtered them. He used the balance with mystical energies that combined the worlds three natural states: the root, the rock, and the claw. And then he gets revenge on Catwalina. The whole Pug goes over that, I think. Now the last Compendium travels now with Battlepug, Umal, and their two pets, Mingo and Colfax. He now ventures the lands, searching to help some people and learn about his beast mage powers. And one of the first towns they run into is Ashcombe. They run to this hand puppet thing called Kofifi. Kofifi is a Donald Trump look-alike hand-sock puppet, controlled by an evil shirtless dude who looks like Vladimir Putin. And of course the puppet says, "I'll make Ashcombe great again." Compendium kills Kofifi and he slices the Russian guy's arm off. The Russian guy gets pretty angry at that. He transforms into a giant bear. And Wallace is like, well, maybe you can learn from it. But then Battlepug just throws him very far into the air. Then they get contacted by Brony, who is this young witch. She's confident and she just loves cursing. She has a potty mouth. She's contacting them via the ground. And she tells them that they need to go to Laneham. Their mother just wants them. And then they get back. Of course, she greets them. She likes the Battlepug. And she even has a cool nickname for him: Sir Sprinkles Good Sniffer Von Wigglebottom. And then, of course, Mingo and Colfax, they want nicknames, so they become Miss Fabulous and Sergeant Barkowitz. They run to their mom, who is called Sasha. She shows last Compendium a seal that contains a letter that says, "Remember my lessons, Compendium. If you kill a man, make certain he is dead." And that was from the king of the North End Elves. And he raised the Compendium until he is smarter, faster, and stronger. Yeah. So now he's just like, oh, I gotta set out to kill this dude again. Or whatever. And then mysteriously a Christmas get-up girl just shows up and wants to attack them. And that ends that story. There's a short story that comes with it. It's called Foul Growth. It stars Barney and this large monk dude. Barney was shot through the arm by an arrow, and the monk tells her this healing spell where it just goes, I am the fire, no, I am the earth, I am the trees, when I allow peace, I can be free. And all is healed. And it's that sort of a story. Alright, next we have Teen Titans, the Terminus Agenda, and Terminus Program Epilogue number 30, made in 2019 by DC. Now they're at Mercy Hall. They're in Brooklyn, New York, and they got Red Arrow, Robin, they got Kid Flash, they got Jin. Well, they all argue on what to do with the prisoners, set them free or just kill them outright, you know? Because Robin realizes that no matter what they do, they always come back. Master criminal minds. They always just come back no matter how many times you put them away. So what do? Do you just set them free or whatever, knowing that they're going to do it again? Or do you just kill them outright? And that gets all of the Teen Titans fighting each other. And then, of course, Chris's father comes. Chris's father is Lobo. He's a big bad. Big bad. Alright. And last but not least, we have Miles Morales, The End. Number 1, made by Marvel in 2020. Now this takes place in like an apocalyptic New York. Pretty much his daughter and father are struggling against these monsters that are called germs. Well, they are germs, so that's pretty whatever. And they're saved by Miles Morales Spider-Man, who is called El Alcalde, or the mayor, pretty much. And he has, the same powers as Spider-Man, except he also has bioelectricity. Yeah, but he defends the pair and takes them to this place in Brooklyn, New York, or pretty much a dome. Pretty much a dome that's generated off of natural power. And he has the deputy mayor, Maxine Lee. He's just trying to defend himself and keep everyone happy. Trying to defend themselves and keep everyone happy. Especially against this America One army who just attacked one of their trade convoys in New Jersey. Actually. So, which is 1 mile away from them. So, Miles then gets a team together. And they go out. And they stop them. They stop them. And they have this powerful guy who took a super soldier serum, the same one that Captain America took, called Captain Last. And of course he starts monologuing. Miles just like, buddy, you talk too much. Kicks his ass. And he talks to a bunch of people in New Jersey, Palau, and talks to Alhandulillah, I think, and his daughter Camilla. But he picks up some new toys, some new actual toys, not just like weapons and stuff. And he delivers them to the children in Brooklyn. And he's like, one thing I've learned is that you should never be too busy to hear a child laugh. And I was hearing the children play. 1 month later, there's a break-in in the northwest section of the dome. Captain Last has now fused with some of the Germans. Now he can actually break the dome. And then everyone just starts gearing up and versing the One America Army. Miles Morales is just like, I gotta defend everything and everyone. He then gives it his all. He's obviously much older now. So that takes a lot of energy out of him. He does defeat them, but at the cost of everything. Which means he's dead. At least for now. Who knows? But he's dead. And of course Maxine and all of them, they have a kind of funeral memorial for him. And Maxine's just like, one of his favorite quotes was, what's the point of being alive if you can't have fun? And this is shown throughout the comic, like when he was delivering toys to the children and whatnot. He was just all about the fun. And that was it for the 10 comics. And the spoiler zone ended or whatever. That was it for the 10 comics. Well, what was your favorite? I'm stuck between a three-way tie between Battlepug, Napoleon Dynamite, and Batman vs. Bigby. I'm stuck between those three. But let me know what's your favorite down below. You can either reach me on here or you can reach me on any of my socials down below as well. You know, my Instagram's at TRIPL3XXXMayhem. My Twitter is at RealAverageJohn. My Facebook is at OfficialAverageJohn. Alright. Now, as some of you may recall, I posted about this, but maybe show review things are now taking place on Monday, so there'll be no video tomorrow, but video on Monday, and that's the new Underworld, not the new Underworld movie, but that's another Underworld movie, Underworld Rise of the Lycans. So I will see you there.